Hello YouTube, Wise FIFA here, coming at you today with the first episode of Black and Blue Squads, which is a new series that I'm really excited to bring you guys. It's going to see me build a creative hybrid in teams around blue Team of the Season cards as well as black informed cards, hence Black and Blue Squads. I'm really excited because it's going to be my first player review series. I'm going to try to do a little player review and gameplay in this series. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that, but I also want to make this series really interactive, and so I want you guys to comment on what type of cards you want to see in the future, as well as go to my Facebook page and Twitter page, those are in the description, and vote on some cards that you want to see in the future. Those cards that you might want to see in the future could be cards that you might not be able to afford yet, or some cards that you want to see tested out before you go and buy them. And I would just really can't wait for the series to get more interactive, as hopefully I'll gain some followers and it'll just snowball down and we can have some fun. And so the squad link is in the description as usual. It's a Liga NOS Team of the Season attack, which is the Portuguese league if you guys aren't familiar with it, and as well as a German core defense inform group. And so I had a lot of fun with the squad, and I'll move into the player review. So the first player I'm going to review is the second inform Kevin Trapp, and he goes for around 22 to 24k, and his key stat, or rather stats, is that all the basic goalkeeping needs that you need, so diving, reflex, positioning, and handling, are all above 86 on that card. And that was really attractive to me, wanted to give him a try out, and he didn't disappoint. He's a good, reliable goalie. He makes the saves you expect him to make, which is really helpful in this FIFA because there are some keepers that can't do that. But I'd have to say the best thing I like about him is that watching these clips back, I didn't realize how good his distribution is, and his punts and his goal kicks really helped me get on the counter, and that was invaluable for me to get some goals for this squad, especially because of the pace of my attack. So now the first center back I'm going to review is Inform Rudiger. He goes for around 16k, and his key stat is 81 pace, but he's not just a pace monger. He's also got solid defensive stats, which really help him and help you track back on defense and make some crucial tackles. He's really good for stopping those pacey players on the counterattack, which is kind of what FIFA 16 is geared towards. That's where I give up a lot of my goals, is on the counter, and so when I have someone like him in the back, that really helps me break that up and shore up my defense. And then moving on to his partner is Inform Mustafi. His Inform came out a little bit early in FIFA, so it's a little bit on the more expensive side than what it could be. So it's 22 to 24k, but you get a really solid defender with some decent pace, but his best and key stats are that he's got 87 interceptions, and his defensive stats are all really solid, but that 87 interceptions allows him to step up and intercept those wayward and weak passes of your opponents when they're trying to go from the midfield to their attack. And when they make those weak passes and you can step up with Mustafi and intercept those and then hit them quickly with a good distributed ball to your midfield or your attack, then you're on the counter now and they're scrambling. And that's how I score a lot of my goals in FIFA, and it's just a really good weapon and gameplay option to have. So now we'll move on to the blue cards, the exciting cards, and this is my attack, and I had a lot of fun with them. And so I'll move on. The first team of the season I'm going to review is the team of the season Rafa. He goes for around 38k, and all these prices are on the Xbox One. I should have mentioned that earlier, but Rafa, 38k. His key stat is his 95 pace. I mean, he's a blistering little guy. He's lightning quick. He's got good agility and good balance, as well as good dribbling, which allows him to cut in off the wing. And he's got some really solid shooting stats as well. And don't let that fool you. Those shooting stats really come in handy. He scores some really good goals for me, and he even scores a couple headers, so don't discredit his height. Moving on to the striker, this team of the season Bonatini is the most expensive card in this squad. He goes around for 47k on the Xbox One, but he's worth it. I mean, he might have been my favorite team of the season card to use. I mean, he's got ridiculously good pace at 87, as well as solid strength. And his key stat, though, is his 91 positioning and his 90 finishing. And he's always popping up in good places around the box. And when you have good service into him, he'll always be that clinical finisher / poacher that you need to really score the goals and really turn the games. And he comes up and he scores some really crucial goals for me that you can see in the clips, and he's just a really good option, especially in a Brazilian team or a Portuguese league team. And so lastly, we'll move on to the right wing, and that's my team of the season, PZ. I mean, he goes for around 35K, which is a good value for him for such a well-rounded overall player. I would definitely have to say his key stats for me, though, are his 87 passing as well as 93 balance. He's able to stay on the ball really well as cut in and score some really nice goals. So don't discredit his shooting. But that passing that he has allows you to get good service into your likes of Rafa and Bonatini and helps really provide another dynamic on the counterattacks because of his distribution. He can get those long balls over to Rafa to chase down, or he can put in some good crosses that Bonatini will get on the end of and put away. I would definitely recommend this squad as a whole. If you have some coins laying around, this is definitely a solid squad to build. Or if you're just looking to improve your team with a little flash or flair, I recommend all of the informs. I think they're all really good for their price too. Bonatini might be a little expensive, but other than that, if these cards are definitely worth it. So if you have the coins, go and pick them out, try them out yourself. Let me know how you like them. Comment or hit me up on Facebook and Twitter for that stuff. But overall, I would definitely recommend this squad. Great value, great competitive play. It took a couple games to gel, but after that, it was competitive, and I always felt confident, and it just turned out to be a goal-scoring machine. In the future, I have a poll up on Twitter. If you guys want to vote for some other cards, I'm going to get a legend involved in an upcoming episode, so go check that out. But also, one of my friends recently asked me what my claim to fame is. What is the reason that you guys should watch me instead of other YouTubers, or just watch me in general on YouTube? And I thought that was a really good question, so I wanted to tackle that now. I have a little bit of time before this video runs out, but I can do an episode where I conquer this in more depth. But right now, just off the bat, I would like to say that I'd like to think that I bring a new creative, fresh view on FIFA in the YouTube community. I think that building these really unique squads, hopefully you guys will enjoy them and then follow along, and we can then build some good squads together and just I can provide an outlet for everybody to, bounce some ideas off of and grow and elevate each other. And so I also think that I'm going to provide an interesting dynamic to trading. I am hoping to get my first FIFAnomics episode out soon, in which I go over the basics of trading as well as give you guys the most reliable method I've used to go from 1K to 5K in a day. And that's really helped me grow, and I think that's a really valuable asset for the people that are just trying to start off trading. And even though it's the summer and FIFA 16 is winding down, I know people are always looking for that, especially to set them up in FIFA 17. So if you follow along with that series, subscribe and you'll get that little link in your subscription box. And I think that can really help us both grow as traders in this FIFA community. But finally, in terms of my gameplay, I'll hit you with a long shot and I'll hit you with some beautiful build-up play and some goals. And I'm definitely a above average FIFA player, but I'll grind you out. That's where I get most of my wins. I grind you down, I grind you out. I'll hit you on the counters, I'll hit you where I want to. And if you guys like to see that kind of style, I feel like that's a style people relate to. And so you can come over and watch me do that, and then we can conquer this community as a whole. Just get some really solid gameplay in, but at the same time, enjoy ourselves, because I think that's what I want to bring to FIFA the most, is just an air of enjoyment, with creative squads, unique players. Hopefully you enjoy the players I'm using, but just unique players as a whole that we can all enjoy and just build some cool squads, and hopefully you guys can build some similar squads and we can just have some fun. So finally, the video is drawing to a close. I would like to say like and subscribe for this episode, for this new series. Hopefully we can get 10 likes. That's a hurdle I'm trying to get over in some of my videos. But hopefully you enjoyed the squad. Give me some feedback as always. I always appreciate some feedback, especially as a young channel. Hit me up on Facebook and Twitter. The links are again in the description. Like and subscribe. It's been Wise FIFA. Looking forward to releasing some other videos in the future, so definitely subscribe to continue with my content. And just spread the word if you guys are looking to. Always looking for more people to follow and interact with. It's been Wise FIFA, out.